今日は何曜日？It's Dododoyobi. Today's Saturday, October 21st, 2023 here in Pacifica, California. 12 miles south of San Francisco. Yo, Pinkman style. MS Breaking Bad. I'm just going to do it real quick. Let me just take a real quick sip. 54 low, 65. Ooh, oh boy. Let me just take a real quick sip. Thank you, all you Medaka heads. Oh, that was the best beer of the day. All right. Just a couple things that I have to work on today or right now. So I'm just gonna go real quick. Let me see. Doing a water change for my Midnight Frill Lame type. This is how I typically do a water change. So this is a aquarium 5.1 or something gallon. Over here, I'm shuffling these things around, and I'll explain what I'm trying to do. So this is where I make the water. Just put water in there, dechlorinator, let it aerate for a couple days. Heater in there to make sure that the water temperature is pretty much the same. A lot of people ask me about what the water parameters and all that, and the pH and all that stuff. But the most important thing with Medakas that I've noticed is it's the water temperature. They're pretty strong, so you could go from one pH to another. Obviously you want to acclimate, but the water temperature is something that they are really sensitive to. So if you're putting in something that's way too cold or way too warm, they tend to stress a lot, and sometimes that'll lead to death. So this is what I used to do when I drink acclimate. This is air tubing right here. Got the water from here, aged water, threw it in here, put this plastic up here, and now I just have the airline tubing, right? And it's just dripping little by little. Somebody asked me the top view of the. Again, I'll try to do like a real midnight frill. I know yeah, it's not really showing the llama and all that stuff, but they're delicate. I gotta tell you, but they are pretty beautiful. One female, 2 males. So moving along. So the red cliffs that I got from Japan, from the same shipment, about 6 weeks ago now. Let me see if I could zoom in. At last, after all this time, I got them in. I have 6 of them. 3 females, 3 males, in a 10-gallon aquarium right here. And with the right temperature, what triggered it was, for these Medakas, the newer generations, where they're all side view frilly and all that, you really need, like, they're tropical fish at this point. So I have the temperature up to about 78, and then they're old enough, and I just didn't see any action going on. I did a pretty big water change, and that kind of triggered it. So I put this mop in because I saw one of the females with eggs on exactly about a week ago. And out of the 2 females that I have in here, 2 of them are laying on a daily basis. They're still juvenile, so the eggs are pretty small, and they're not every day, typically on a mature female, experienced female, you'll see about 20 to 30, but I'm just seeing maybe 7 or 8 per day. So I started collecting the eggs. In fact, I haven't done it today, so I just put in this container over here. Just a plastic container with methylene blue. I'm trying to zoom, but I can't because I have this. Let me just put this aside and see if I can. All right, let me put this here to the side. Let me flip this open. Let me just take a real quick sip. Oh yeah. I put a mop in here, but if they're gonna lay the eggs on the mop, it just depends. Most of the eggs with these guys and girls, they're all at the bottom. So when I do water changes, I'll siphon and then I'll make sure I straighten it out and catch eggs. So let me see. What am I trying to do here? With this camera gimbal in one hand, beer in the other. I just don't want to spill this. So this is what I do. And again, I'm not going to go siphoning in the bottom, but let's see. For today, they do all the dancing in the early in the morning, right when the light comes up. I turn this on around 6 a.m. By that time, the females will have eggs, and that egg, if they don't eat it or if they don't drop it, they'll put it on the mop around what time is it right now? It is Saturday, October 21st, 2023 here in Pacifica, California. It's around 5 p.m. So all right, I'm not going to be able to zoom. I'm just trying to see if I could. Oh, there's an egg right there, right in the center. There's an egg right there, right in the center. There's another one right there. There's a few right there. 1, 2. So typically I'll get maybe 9 to 17 a day, depending. Here goes the light. Oh boy. Alright, let me try to position this light. So this is all you have to do. Alright, if they're fertile, you should be able to just grab the egg like so, and you could play around with it. It's not going to pop. If it pops, it's basically no good energy. And then let me just zoom out real quick, and then I just dump it in here. All right, let me try to grab another one. This one right here, making sure that it's fertile. It's round. Don't worry too much, because these things, they're not going to pop. Where is it? There it is. Just like that. So color-wise, if they're yellow, they're fertile. If they're kind of clear, they may be okay, but a lot of times they're not, and they'll just pop. So this is what I do. Or this is how I collect eggs, as far as eggs that are, especially from the Red Cliff over here. Let's try this one. Again, it's not popping. It's probably good. I put in methylene blue because if you don't, the fungus will grow and the egg will pretty much die. So instead of watching football and all that, this is kind of like my relaxation moment. I'm just gonna dump this in here, back in here, but that's all I do. It's pretty simple. This water over here, just fill the water up to here, even tap water, because they're not gonna hatch. The tap water actually kind of helps a little bit because there are chemicals, right? Chlorine and all that, will fight off some bacteria and all that. I put a drop of methylene blue and put in the eggs. Once you put in the eggs, this is about a week's worth of eggs right now. I think there's about 40 at this point. I don't know if you can see, but you don't see any fungus. And then the black dots, those are the eyes. Those are the eyes. So those boys and girls are gonna hatch. All right. The white clear ones, it's either they're new, I just threw them in there, or they're just not gonna hatch. But again, I did a lot of ways of doing things, and even using the methylene blue, like some of the eggs will just fungus up. Once you get a fungus egg, it's going to start spreading. So what I do is I change this water on a every day basically. I basically dump 90% of the water out, and then I add new water with a new drop of methylene blue, and that really works. Let me see. Oh yeah, that was good. All right, so there's one more thing I wanted to do today, and it's the blue Gularis. That, let me try to put this back on without dropping it. Look how beautiful. Can't see. Look how beautiful they are. The red cliff. Are they gonna come up? Come on. Look how beautiful they are. All right, so before I spill all this, let me just put this back. It's this thing right here, blue Gularis. Blue Gularis, I've been talking about it. I talked about it like last week. They lay eggs in the mops over here. They're chillaxing in there. Maybe they're making love right now, but you'll see eggs on these mops, right? You take this mop out, you remove the eggs, and you put it in peat moss. Pretty much dry peat moss. You put it in a bag, and you leave it there for about 6 weeks. And this is telling me open on the 23rd, so it's coming up. I'm just gonna open it prematurely, and because I don't think I'm gonna have time. So here's the tub right here. Dechlorinated water, and I'm just gonna toss this sucker in here. I don't know if let me try to open it with my mouth real quick. The reason why I don't like doing this is it's really messy. It'll take definitely 24 hours for the peat moss to settle, because it's going to float everywhere. And we'll see how many fry will come out from this. So that's it. After 6 weeks, the eggs being in there. All right. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty dirty. Just gotta make sure I don't get it all over the floor. All right. Just put it. I'll just dump it on the floor. But this is how it looks like. It's pretty messy. By tomorrow morning, all this will be on the bottom, and I don't know, within 24, 48 hours, if I did have viable eggs, they would hatch in here. So it's fun stuff. Well, fun for me at least. I like this kind of stuff. Every little fry. Huh. It's pretty awesome. So, all right, so so MedakaMetal is where I can be found on Instagram, DM. Send me, I don't know, if you have questions. If I do have the answer, I'll let you know. If I have no experience, I'll just say, man, I don't have any experience doing that, and maybe we could figure out a better way to do things together. All right, I didn't really have anything today specific, except for there's a bunch of stuff I had to do. in my little fish corner. I don't even have a fish room, it's a fish corner. So I hope some of the information helped. And oh boy, let me just sit down. I really need to do a midnight frill talk or something like that. I think even till today, these may be the only midnight frills in the United States of America. Or that's what I've been told, so I'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to get some eggs from these guys and girls. I don't have any eggs yet, but if I do, like these red cliff eggs, and if they do hatch, they'll be the first ever born here, not only in Pacifica, but maybe in the United States of America, straight from Japan. Unlike me, I was made in Japan and I came over here to the United States of America, but these boys and girls are gonna be first gen American red cliffs. Parents were imported from Japan. Eggs are laid in this 10-gallon, and they will have citizenship, these red cliffs. So, all right, and they will not need, they won't need a green card like these green water babies over here. So hopefully there was some type of information that I don't know, caught your attention, I guess. So, MedakaMetal, domo arigato. I just love doing, or I don't know, I just love water. Just does something for me. Water and beer, I guess. All right, so we'll do it again next time. Maybe tomorrow. I gotta go next, so tomorrow morning. So come by Chin Chin Chai, I miss Breaking Bad. Ooh, Pinkman style. MedakaMetal out. What a mess.